Pelin Cherry, Chris invited me out for a day to go sailing over to Cowau. What a great idea. Well, we are here on the famous Pelin Cherry, out together. And it's not winter yet, but by golly, there's a chill in the air. We've got our trusty e-propulsion. And Chris here is putting the main up. He's going to show me how to do it. Here it goes. Oh wow. Wow, I love that. I love that little emblem up there. It's like a whale.
Well, that's off the barbell.
Oh, it's off the barbell.
Yes, so that's the barbell.
I better come up into the wheel. I better come up into the wind, I suppose.
Oh, it's not that big.
Wow. Oh, that's a lovely little sail.
Yeah, that's like a reef.
No, we don't need it today, do we?
No.
Because we're a couple of pros. We're a couple of we're pro sailors. Everybody, we're pros. And I couldn't help myself but ask a few questions. Why not? Mr. Chris Sullivan, you've just got yourself a new cherry here. It looks really good, the Pelin Cherry. And I know you like it. Now, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? How many years have you been sailing?
Well, I'm a late bloomer. My old man was a crazy yachty who put us all off sailing. So it took me 30 years to get over that. And then I got back into it because it's something I kind of knew, but in a different way, in smaller boats.
Yeah.
That are easy to launch, but big enough to go overnight is the idea.
Chris is a resident here at Algiers Bay, and he parks his vessels, his boats here around his property and drives just only 2 kilometres or so to the launch zone, which is an ideal boat ramp. Seen here, driving along the road with his mast up, there's no need to de-rig your mast because there's no power lines. And he is very fortunate enough to drive all the way without taking his mast down. There's a few trees to navigate, but it's all very safe. And he's become very accustomed to what he's doing, driving the vehicle. It was over a decade ago that he chose this area because it's such a good sailing area with lots of different parks to visit, and it's a sailing mecca, really. It's possibly one of the best sailing areas in New Zealand because of all the regional parks, Department of Conservation, islands, and the various places you can visit. This is Chris's playground, Algiers Bay, where we launch, and if we look out and up, you can see some of the inside area of Kawau Bay. Lucky us, we're going out in the beautiful blue sky today. The launch is a wide ramp and safe parking. Going out again with Chris. It's going to be a wonderful day, but we're going to be going out here to Cowau, Chris and myself on the Jerry. I've got my backpack, I've got my drone and my YouTube equipment, and looks like I've turned into a YouTube professional.
Sounds good. How do I turn it off?
Chris reversing the Cherry down the ramp and just to the side, hoping for some deeper water. The tide is a little bit low and is coming in. Here's a little jam on trying to flick the boat off, but just not enough water there, I'm afraid. So there's a little bit of skill needed just in placement where that boat is actually in the water to float off. Yahoo! Yes! Gosh, you're good at this. You just park the car on the ramp and put it on the side. You're brilliant.
Well, as long as there's enough water.
Yeah. Okay, come. Awesome. And we're sailing, everybody. We're out here and look, right here in Cowau Bay. Eat your heart out. We're doing it.
It's reasonably warm when the sun comes out.
Yeah, when the sun comes out, it's lovely. I brought sushi along for Chris. He likes sushi, being a vegetarian.
Right.
Whoops. What happened then? Is it alright?
Oh, it's lovely.
Oh, cool. Excellent. Oh, we're getting along. I think we must... Yeah, we're getting along.
I've got my little GPS.
Yeah, we'll see with the GPS. Well, I'm here helming the Cherry. You can see me here with my tiller extension. And to be honest with you, it's, if I let that go, there she is, she's going to windwards. This has got a little bit of weather helm and it's just right. Yeah, on the Cherry Pelin, or Pelin Cherry, it's pretty good. Oh, no, I'm really impressed. Yeah, that's nice. We're going to go between these two islands, and we're going to North Cove. Well, I'm inside the little cuddy. Well, it's not a cuddy, it's a cabin. And it's so comfortable. And I've put my head up, and I'm right out of the wind, sitting here.
And we're sailing at an amazing 4.2 knots.
Wow, well, how much?
Without a motor.
Wow, how much breeze have we got?
Not enough to do 4.2 knots.
Oh, you have got your motor going.
We got the motor going.
Yeah, okay.
But you can't hear it, so.
Oh, you can't hear it. Brilliant, Chris.
We're flying.
I'm lying down here, and in the cabin here, I'm really comfortable. I'm just taking it easy. And Chris is back there. He's on the helm, and I'm just taking it easy here. Wow, so comfy. And we're just doing 4 knots. Oh man.
With the electric out.
So nice. Yeah.
Pretty well. We've only used, I think, slightly less than half the battery capacity.
Wow.
So there's almost enough to go from Cowau to Melton's twice with a bit of wind assist.
Wow.
So the electric's lasting really well. We're still, I think, only a bit under half an hour. So
there, Chris. I want to go up right up into that arm. Right up inside there. But we're running out of time.
always tomorrow.
Gotta go up the north arm.
So there.
Cool. Get this tripling up with our motor. we just relaxed and with the electric motor just putted about the place, looking at the little dwellings on the side of the arms. People were just getting about their own business, little batches and homes, and it was just beautiful, really. The colours, yeah, it was stunning. Here's an old Hartley, 16. Someone hasn't been looking after her, but we stopped at this wharf. We're thinking of having some lunch, and that's exactly what we did. And that's where we ate our sushi. Chris here getting organised. I said, hey, I'm going to put my drone up and fly around this area. But that sushi was good. We visited a friend of Chris's up a zillion steps. It was such a long way up, but a great view. He wasn't there, so we walked back down.
No, they don't freak me out like,
That was a workout, mate. Hey, that was a serious workout.
much further and my knees would have been doing the shuddering thing too.
Oh, I think it was too much. How you feeling?
My knees are glad there was no more.
Yeah, and the electric motor here, do you think that's good enough, or would you rather have a petrol?
Well,
What's yours?
The electric's, it's got really, really good for day cruising. So like we ran it today for getting on for 3 hours. Hardly any wind, so it kept our speed up a bit. Good for manoeuvring, and of course it's quiet. So half the time you forget it's going, and you think how well you're sailing. But for going from here to Waiheke, definitely need a petrol motor because it's long distance.
Yeah, Waiula there. And how far, what kind of distances would you be comfortable in taking this vessel?
Well, I'd be happy to go from here to Waiheke and then around Waiheke and back again. Being a bit careful as far as what kind of weather you get stuck in, but I'd be happy in reasonably, 15 gusting 20, gusting 25, and maybe up to a metre of sea, not going into it, but I think that if it was quite rough, I'd just drop the main, leave the jib up and motor sail.
Yeah, I know that you've been looking at the old Cherry for a long, long time. Why did you decide on the Cherry?
Well, 'cause it's the lightest, it's got the most room inside, it sails pretty well, really easily driven. I can cruise even with the electric outboard for like 3 or 4 hours at 3 or whatever knots. So it's big enough to go from here, from Cowau to Waiheke. It's dry. It's got a self-draining cockpit, which is great if you get in rough weather kind of thing. It's got a lightish rig, so I can get that up and down on the mast holder thing. The boat's 280 kilo plus the trailer, so it's under half a ton. massive inside. These are all quarter berths, so you can store absolute mountains of stuff. They don't cost much. There's quite a few of them around, although mostly they're a bit of a do-up. They're basically a big dinghy with a lid, but the lid makes them really safe and really spacious. So to me, they're a bit of a no-brainer. Plus this cost $1,000. It's been glassed. It's a bit rough here and there, but crikey, easy to launch.
I hate those guys. Have we got enough juice in it to get back? Do you think?
Yeah, we've got three hours at this.
We're hard. We're not going very quick.
3.7.
Yeah. Oh, we can always stay the night in the boat.
Yeah.
But I snore.
Yeah. Apparently I do too.
Anyway.
My brother's boat's got 3 separate sleeping areas. I thought I'd pop out. Yeah, well, it's pretty.
That Pelin is incredible.
Well,
So comfortable.
By the time I do the rinse, you almost bear a crop time.
Thanks for taking me out.
Could do with a clean up and a paint,
Yeah, do it.
but it's nice cute little
Well,
boat.
the design's good.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
So it's
He leaves his mast up, drives home like that. Franken Boat Works. This is Franken Boat Works. It can only be Franken Boat Works. Wow. It's one boat. It's another boat. It's in here. This is where Franken Boats works.
yeah. Yeah, well, I tried to fit an old one I had floating around here, but it was just too messy and fiddly. So I had a complete unit with all this kind of hoo-ha
Right.
built into it, but basically couldn't get it.
Sink it down?
Yeah, that's just with the skilly kind of thing. Yeah, look, the green ones.
Yeah, so get some of that.
Deluxe.
And that will stop the paint getting
True.
ripped off.
That's a good idea.
And then I would
See, this is the good thing.
Actually, what you
This is the good thing, the photo thing about having so much crap.
absolutely.
Look, I just reach in
This
there
is
and go,
quite clean, really.
Mate, I got the
Yep.
solution for you. You put that underneath, and then you have some little thumb things that you just turn,
Yeah.
and then this will come off. But when you turn them back, you can still slide.
Yeah, true.
And what is this
you can-
for? Is this for the pellet?
This,
Yeah,
this
that's where you. So you're sitting here and your head's here.
Oh,
just slide a bit of that underneath and see what it slides like.
that's pretty cool.
Well, I don't know. It's like
Because that's like polyethylene or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just hard.
Slide it
plastic.
out. Slide it.
And then that will
That
slide
slides.
on there quite nice.
It will slide. You're right.
That's
Look,
clever.
there's the combings that didn't work.
And you could,
Oh, there's
so
the
you
combing.
could just kind of screw that in.
Yeah.
Right, taking that away.
How many outboards have you got?
49.
Friggin' outboards from Africa.
And then just some
For
little,
Africa.
little
Just explaining how this works. That's it. See? Simple. It's brilliant.
But
He just brings it up.
Let the main go and don't point.
Yeah,
Magnificent. Over a decade of continuous sailing, and I don't know, how many boats have you actually owned?
Probably about 14, ranging from 8-foot sailing dinghies through to. We have had a keeler, but that was just a pain in the neck and a money pit kind of thing.
Yeah. And tell me, of all the boats that you've owned, how would you rate this one? Are you looking at keeping this one?
Well, to me, this is the perfect size. Especially if you're getting on a bit. I've got slightly dodgy wrists and a bit of a dodgy back, so I can get the mast up and down on this. I've got the the mast crutch at the back, so I can manage it. And it's easy to tow, and it's big inside, and it's dry. And it's got a self-draining cockpit. I'll add some coamings and a few other bits and pieces.
Yeah.
But I think this is the perfect boat for me at the moment.
Wow, thank you very
And probably forever, I would say.
Thanks very much, Chris, for that. I had a wonderful day. Thanks for taking me out.
Yeah.